shit, I'm in the wrong McDonald's. Hey everybody, how you doing? Dash and Dave here again. Please click that subscribe button and hit that like button. Thank you very much. All right, Sunday, October 23rd, 2022. This is day 17 of the Accept More, Earn More experiment. Lost all the video from yesterday, actually the audio. This new little microphone that plugged in, and it didn't take for some reason or other that day. I am having to use a patch cord from the microphone 3.5 millimeter jack to the micro USB jack on the GoPro. It seems to be working now. Tried it this morning, but lost everything for yesterday, Saturday. Just a couple observations about yesterday, Saturday. No home football game. It wasn't parents' weekend or anything, nothing special. Just kind of a normal Saturday, if you will. Doordash was fairly active. Uber Eats was kind of quiet. I did turn on Grubhub to see what they had to offer. Not much. I did do one run. Had a banging Starbucks run that paid about 20 bucks. It was a decent day overall, but I got slammed with some piss poor orders, and I'm down to 70% as we start today, right on the line. So today, Sunday, this is not hangover Sunday after a home football game. Not sure how I'm gonna play this. It's 7:47 in the morning. I've got a start time for Doordash at 8. So I think what I'm gonna do, we're gonna turn on Uber, and we're gonna turn on the Grubhub. And since I'm still in Nevada, we'll go ahead and hit Dash now. Yep, I'm still getting high priority, thank you very much. So our hot spots are Panera Bread and McDonald's out in West Ames, that's it. So, we're gonna pause Doordash, got the 35-minute clock. Okay, now what I did yesterday, knowing that it seems on Saturdays at times a lot of cheap Taco Bell and Wendy's orders hit on Saturdays. So yesterday I stayed out in the campus town West Ames area, and I think I'm going to duplicate that today. I want to stay away from Village Inn. Village Inn gets hit on Sundays. However, again, no football game yesterday, no special weekend, so kind of a whole new scenario for me. We'll just let the spidey senses tell us what we need to do. Don't need to be out here very long, just a couple hours. I've got like 15 to 19 accepts on my previous Rolling 100 where I'm at right now. So I've got to take like 15 to 19 jobs in a row before I even get to my next decline to replace it with an accept to come up to 71% accepted trading. So it's going to be a long haul here for me. So my thought process is mainly Uber Eats and Grubhub today to see how they're going to run and what they've got to offer, how busy it is with them, and stay off Doordash as much as possible today, Sunday, and then Monday, you know, the weekday, hopefully be able to get some good runs in and not lose my 70% accepted trading. Now, if I lose my 70%, then I go down to tier 2, and that'll be interesting to see what happens if that does happen to me, because like I said, my market's pretty tight. I kind of feel like, depending on how many people are playing the game and all that, it's just kind of status quo anyway. I'm just afraid of going down below 70% and finding out that it's not, and I get trash after trash after trash. So it's going to be a slog. It was easy to keep it up there for a while, but a bad couple days down below 70. So it's straight up 8 o'clock. Just pulled in here to Abelardo's Tropical Smoothie right next to me, then Village Inn right across the street. They're not very busy. It is 8 a.m. Let's resume Dash. We're just going to throw caution to the wind here for right now. Taco John's, that's right across the street, was a previous hotspot. Perkins, they're not too far away. McDonald's out in West Ames. Okay, so we'll just see what Tony throws at me here today. you know, thinking about this and everything, and one more time, Tony saw the results of the woo-woo experiment videos, and he liked them, so he's duplicating them with the accept more, earn more. Anybody who thinks it's something different is lacking critical thinking skills. I'm sorry if I just offended some of you, but it was scheduled to end in September. I mean, tentatively. And there's no reason why to, it was in very few select markets. Then it got pushed out. So Tony saw the results, and I guarantee you that any of you out there watching this in Tony's shoes wouldn't have done the same thing going, wow, let's do that and help the revenue. And again, overall, I think it's got to help us in the long run. You know, if DoorDash goes out of business, we're out of business, right? So anyway, it is what it is. You choose to do this job. If you don't like it, get out. One other thing I want to talk about, I saw this in some video comments the other day, and sometimes I'll go to a video and then just go right to the comments and, you know, check out these people that are sorely lacking in critical thinking skills. And I've seen this a couple times, and I don't know if I've ever mentioned it, but somebody was on there again talking about how Tony and DoorDash are capping them on their earnings each given day. Now, what's interesting is they never ever list the cap amount. They never say what it is. And I always say, pay attention to what somebody says, but pay even more attention to what they don't say. Okay, so the whole thing is I can have a banging Monday, then after I get a certain amount of money, all of a sudden I get nothing but trash orders. Or I'll have a really bad day because Tony's punishing me for having a good day yesterday, and then the next day is a really good day after the bad day, yada, yada, yada. It's like, do you not think that maybe it just slowed down? I mean, I could make that claim in my market. How many times have I said between 2 and 4 p.m. is the dead zone? That's when the low and no tip orders just flood the market because there's no good orders to balance those bad orders. So I could say, hey, at 2 o'clock when I'm at $125 or $250 or whatever the number is, all of a sudden I'm capped and Tony starts throwing me a whole bunch of garbage. No, it's because it's 2 to 4 p.m. in my market. And every market's different, you know, and like I've said before, you got to learn your market, know your market, work your market. I just think these people are looking for anything to bitch and moan about. And the sad thing is, you know, 10 years ago on the internet, we called these people trolls who were just keyboard warriors that were just stirring shit up. I don't think we can use that word anymore. I think these people are really believing what they're saying, and they want to feel bad, they want to feel used, they want to feel abused, they want to feel screwed. And like I've said before, there's a healthy segment of our population that meets that demographic. And that's where a lot of these YouTube videos, they sell to this demographic, and it's money. All right, so got the Panera Bread order, and then they tacked another one on all the way across town. So, you know, here's the thing about the mileage aspect of it. There's been many times where in the morning, I would be at $1 a mile. And then as things ramped up, it, you know, brought up the average. So the $1 a mile in the morning thing is nothing new to me. I maybe haven't mentioned that here recently, but I've said it before in my previous videos back even when I was with Speedwagon, was I didn't mind the $1 a mile averages because as the day progressed, that would come up. So, you know, it's the pile of money that is my main metric, along with the mileage, of course. So we'll go ahead and do this one. I just took a quick look at my ratings and and I came up one. I'm at 71% somehow. And when I look back at my previous rolling 100, there is not a decline or an unaccept anywhere near where I'm at now. So I've screwed up my tally sheet, and I've kind of started over, and I think the one that I'm on right now is pretty spot on. You know, it took some time to get used to it, and like I said, I probably put doubles on there. I put an A on there, then a few minutes later thought I hadn't, so I did again. So anyway, we'll just keep playing the game here. All right, arrived at store. All right, this is Deja Vu. This is one of the things I mentioned yesterday that I lost because I didn't have the audio. Just got a Doordash double dash to a customer that I've delivered to on many occasions, and had that yesterday. However, and it appears to be almost a mirror image of what it was yesterday. Okay, they had a pickup from Dunkin' and a pickup at McDonald's. Now, I was out here in West Ames just as I am right now, drove by the McDonald's and got this order as a double. Yesterday, it was the McDonald's. I was sitting in the McDonald's drive-thru waiting for that. Then the Dunkin' came in. So the algorithm put it to me because I was already going to that address, okay? And when I got there, I was able to talk to the customer and said, hey, you need to look into the Doordash. And again, I got to plead ignorance since I don't use the delivery apps for food delivery. And I explained, how that worked. And that way it would go to the same driver immediately. And she goes, okay, that's really cool. Well, they put it into use today. And the reason that's really cool, the Doordash is I've had Doordashes where one of them was a no-tip job and the other one was a pretty good paying job. Like say somebody ordered from Tropical Smoothie, but they also wanted ice cream from Cold Stone Creamery. So the Tropical Smoothie paid, $7.75, and the Cold Stone Creamery was a $3 no-tip job. Okay, so you get the Tropical Smoothie, then they tack on the Cold Stone Creamery order, and if you don't pay attention, a lot of people could go, I'm not going to go get that. It's going to the same address you're going to already. So anyway, yeah, it looks like she looked into Doordash and got her all figured out. So that's pretty cool. That's pretty cool. And in the case where somebody doesn't use the Doordash, Tony, when that second offer or that add-on comes on to the driver that's already going to that physical address, I think there should be a notation on there. Going to same address. I mean, it's only a $3 job, but in this case, I'm actually driving towards the customer's residence to McDonald's. Oh wait, where McDonald's am I going to? Shit, I'm in the wrong McDonald's. And the other thing I noticed here about this Doordash today, yesterday, it gave me the Dunkin', and and I was on the way to go pick that up, and then it stacked on the McDonald's, and it wanted me to drop off the Dunkin', then go to McDonald's, and then make the second drop off, which was real nice in our task menu here on Doordash that we can rearrange those tasks. You can't do that on Uber Eats. You can do that on Grubhub. I don't know if I mentioned that. I really haven't done it, but it did appear that I could do it where previously I could not. So when you tap on that in the task menu, you can jump to task, on Doordash, of course. And that'll be a good quick tip. We'll make it. Okay, I was kind of concerned about today, Sunday, but great start. This double Perkins here is going to be a banger. All right, nice hitting on that plus. $6.75 up to $10.25. And that was the close delivery. Perkins is literally 2 blocks that way, and he paid $10.25 to get his pancakes, and it was a big bag, breakfast for 2, I believe. Okay, so now it's all the way across town for the 7, but still, that's a decent job, and the stack as a whole, darn good, especially now with that one being $10.25. Wow, what a run! So that $7, which didn't show any extra, actually had $3 hidden tip on it to make it $10. Plus the $10 run before, so that was a $20 run, and she just tipped me 10 bucks. She goes, I'm a dasher too, I know how it is. Rosalinda, thank you very much. Thank you very much, hon. Wow. And I was worried about today. And I thought I saw something here. We'll go back and take a look real quick. I think ratings, I'm up to 72%, so my tally marks on my other rolling 100, previous rolling 100, are way off. All right, off to Starbucks to do this $10 run. Been a $10 run day. We like it, we like it. Okay, in the last hour and 15 minutes, I just made 50 bucks, including the $10 cash tip, including that in there. And I was worried about today, okay? Now look at this. So if I'm reading this right, I'm going 10 miles south to Huxley, Iowa, to the Subway store, picking up some subs and delivering it to Main Street in Snyder, and I think I've been there before. I could literally walk from Subway to this location quicker than I can drive from here to Huxley. So $27, I ain't turning that down. That's $1 a mile round trip. Ooh, I better check my Doordash pause. We're at 10 minutes. We're gonna resume dash, then immediately pause. New 35-minute clock. See, Tony's not punishing me. Crazy, crazy, crazy Sunday. And I was worried about it. I can't get over it. And I'm doing nothing. I'm doing nothing. I'm out here. And it's just falling in my lap, people. And if you were here doing the exact same thing that I was doing this morning where I chose to go, do I think that has something to do with it? I think just a little bit, because I made a conscious choice to go out west, you know, but anyway, it's a crapshoot. And again, if the customers ain't buying, you ain't selling. So, you know, like that Rosalinda, who's a dasher who paid $20, you know, $10 plus the $10 tip. She put 10 right on, you know, the total payout was 10, probably a $7 tip for Perkins all the way across town, her husband, and her kid. And then gave me a $10 bill, and she said, I'm a dasher, I know how it is. I've never been there before, not to say that I've been to every customer in this town, but I'm assuming that in this case, you know, it's one of those things they do every once in a while. This Sunday, they don't want to get up, they don't want to get dressed. Little baby girl wants pancakes or something like that, so they, you know, get on the DoorDash app, order up some pancakes from Perkins, and, you know, it's a special thing. So they can afford to spend $20 on having a $20 meal delivered to them, you know, and that's cool. That's cool. Okay, just got that dropped off, $27. And I'm in Huxley, and as I mentioned a week or so ago, Huxley is now in our market, believe it or not. So, but I was down to like 10 minutes on the 35-minute timer, so I just resumed dash, and now we're going to pause dash again to get back up in Ames. Another 35-minute clock. That's about 5 35-minute clocks I've done today, by the way. All right, we're sitting at just under $100 for 2 hours and 45 minutes. We're at $35.33 an hour, hourly rate. Banging Sunday. All right, well, I got past Wendy's, was heading up South Grand, and got this Chipotle going to Nevada. You know, it's a little over 9 miles shown. $8.25. We know there's no hidden on that. That is what it is. I went ahead and took it. I'm heading home. That'll put me just over 100 for the day. It's only 11. I may come back. Depends on how deep into town I go. Let's see here. N Avenue. That's not too far off of no, wait a minute. 606. Yeah, that's in town. I don't know if I'll come back or not. I probably should. I should. It's only 11. I've only been out here 2.5 hours, so to speak. Well, I should. 3.5. Only been out here 3 hours right now. Only been out here for 3 hours right now. Well, I just got here to Chipotle, and Uber Eats sings in with this $11.52 McDonald's run up to North Ames. This one is going to Nevada for $8.25. I'm unassigning this one. Unassign. Continue. Distance too far. Submit. Confirm. Let's go back to my numbers here real. Oh, let me pause. Pause. Oop. High Chi 775 plus. That's going completely 100% direction difference than the $11. Okay, so we're going to accept the 775 plus on DoorDash that just sang in. Go back to the 1152. I'm going to roll the dice on the 775. Going to stick around in town a little bit while longer. It seems to be a pretty good day. I'll give somebody else that $11 Mickey D's run. I need to go to Hy-Vee.
Everybody got that?
All right, well, I hope that wasn't too excruciating for you all. But that's how you do it, you know. I was gonna take the 8 1/4 to Nevada. Then that $11 Mickey D sang in, and I thought, damn it, I'm going to take that one. But then before I could get to pause, there's the Grubhub cowbell. Before I could get to pause on Doordash, it rang in with a 775 plus. So that actually is better than the 1152 because it helps my acceptance rate, my completion rate, yada yada yada, by doing what I just did there. Okay, so it's a 775 plus. I turned in $8 for $11, and I turned in $11 for the 775 plus. So if we can get $2 out of this, maybe be a 975. You know, we're just a buck and a quarter, or $2.25 off, and I'm staying in town, which is what I kind of wanted to do anyway. So then Tony says, "Hey, I see what you did there, Dave. You got to do something for me." So he slaps on this $4 5-mile run from Little Caesars on top of this Hai-Chi delivery. And it's like, okay, I'll take one. With the $1 per hour that I'm currently at and the dollars per mile that I'm currently at, taking this one, and it's not a no tip. It's at least there's $1 on there, $4. You know, so you know, at least there's $1 on there for a $4 job. So it's not going to hurt me too bad in any of the metrics to take this one today and help keep my acceptance rate up. So that's one way of looking at it. If we didn't have the accept more, earn more program, I would not have accepted that one for $4, you know, for 5 miles. No. Okay, so there wasn't that much hidden on that 775 plus, only 50 cents, brought it up to 8 1/4. So that means overall we kind of left about $3.25 on the table by not taking that 11, well, whatever it was from Mickey D's, 1152 from Mickey D's on the Uber Eats. But you know, that all happened for you live, you know, that came up and I just couldn't not take that. Plus the $4 got thrown on here, so it'll just about even out, even though I'm going all the way out west. That's okay, then I'll come back across town. And I kind of wanted to stay in town a little bit longer anyway, instead of driving to Nevada on that 8 1/4 Chipotle that was originally on Doordash. So let that be a lesson. Always hit that pause button immediately when you're not sure what's going on. You know, as soon as that 1152 came up, I should have hit pause. So anyway, okay, onward and upward. And the one thing I just noticed here on the $4 Little Caesars run, it's ground floor apartment. That's worth $2 at least, right? Right.
A few moments later.
It's straight up noon. I'm gonna stay on the west side here, or kind of let Tony or Uber Eats, you know, lead me to the money. But we'll stay away from the Duff Zone as a part of my strategy today because of traffic on South Duff, and I mentioned that yesterday in the lost video that you didn't get to see. Traffic on South Duff on Saturday and Sundays is just insane. That's where the Target's at, the Walmart's at, and it's way worse than it is during the week, even during noon rush. So kind of stay out of that area. That's what I kind of did yesterday, and that's what it's kind of leading me to believe that's what I should do here today. But you know, if we get a banger that goes over to the east side, hey, we're taking it. So it's this one here. You know, I kind of had a little plan to stay away from the Duff Zone because of Wendy's and Taco Bell cheapos on Sundays, and that's working. That worked yesterday and it's working today. All right, well, I was heading to Freddy's from where I had that drop off out west there, that Mickey D's, and got my first decline. McDonald's $4 run for 4 miles all the way up to North Ames, and I just didn't want to go there, so we're down to 71% now. Then seconds later, get this double here. This is a double dash going to one address, so I'm right here, you know, in Campus Town, gonna pick up at Bluefish, Hawaii, then going to Little Caesars. Boy, there's a combination, isn't there? And delivering it to Old Town, Maine, just north of the Duff Zone, just north of Tropical Smoothie, if you will. So yeah, I think that was a good call not taking that 475. All right, picking up these 3 Little Caesars pizza that goes with the fish bowl. Double dash, we'll get this dropped off. But when I was waiting for the pizza, the last pizza to come out of the oven, Grubhub cowbell, $11.43 to go home. So that's pretty good. We'll just take that as my second sign. Go home, David. And I'm good with that. We're just right at about $140 for the day. Better than I was thinking so quickly. You know, to happen so quickly. Started at 8. It's 12:30. I'll be done by 1. So that's 5 hours. So across all 3 platforms, now that we got the Grubhub going here, $27.92 per hour. That's pretty good. I mean, that's really good. We'll take that every day, absolutely. And with the anticipated mileage after going home, $1.91 per mile. That's pretty darn good, pretty darn good. I would have thought that had been a little higher, but then again, I did have that 20-mile round trip to Huxley and back. That did pay $1 per mile, so that's good. So, pretty good day today, and I was concerned about it. So what can we take from this? Much like I said earlier, you know, I really didn't have a whole lot to do with this. I was just in the right place at the right time for some of it, even though I set up the strategy, you know, originally that I wanted to stay on the west side, maybe the campus area versus the Duff Zone. And again, like I said, that kind of worked out yesterday. It kind of worked out today. Kind of followed the money. Had spectacular Uber Eats runs, some darn good DoorDash runs, and it was just a good day overall. I was here, and that's what it was. All right, guys and gals, that's all I've got for you today. Hopefully you can take something from this video and put it to use for yourself. Thanks for coming along for the ride, and hope to see you next time.